Hey friends and heat explorers, ever heard someone say, Phoenix, wow, way too hot? Well, hold on there, sunshine, because today we're debunking the heat myths and discovering why Phoenix heat might not be as scorching as you think. Get ready for an eye-opening adventure. Hi, I'm Josh Jackson, your Phoenix area real estate and lifestyle expert, living in the Valley on and off for over 23 years. Yes, in fact, I have moved away twice and come back twice. Before we dive in and cool off from the heat, please go down, do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Okay, let's melt some misconceptions. Beyond the hot surface of the sun, let's uncover the truth about the Arizona heat, and let's extinguish some other myths some folks are worried about when it comes to living in Phoenix. That's the traffic in the big city, state and property taxes, and even our water shortages. The truth is, Phoenix is one of the best laid out cities for all traffic. It's based on a giant grid system. All the streets run north, south, east, and west, and there are many ways to get to the same place. Sure, it can get backed up during peak rush hour times, but overall, compared to cities like LA, Atlanta, Houston, Chicago, even little Portland, Phoenix traffic is a breeze. Property and state income taxes are relatively low, and the myths you've heard about water shortages, well, Arizona has strict building codes with proof of water for 100 years water supply. They have deep aquifers, and with the Colorado River rights, this isn't much of a real concern. But let's focus on the heat. And by the end, you might find it's not that giant of a hurdle as you thought it was. All right, little real talk. Does it get hot in the summer? Yes. Sunscreen is the unofficial Phoenix perfume. And don't like the summer weather in Phoenix? Well, wait 5 minutes, it'll still be hot. And Phoenix summers come with a lot of sun and a side of, why did I wear pants today? So yes, Phoenix is hot in the summer, like an oven set on high. But here's a secret, it's a dry heat. Now I realize that could be the punchline to many jokes, and I got several I could share with you, but it's true. So what's the real difference between the dry heat and the humidity? Imagine a warm, cozy blanket versus a soggy, warm one. Phoenix heat is much more like the cozy blanket. It feels different from the humidity of hot places like Texas and Florida. I actually lived outside of Houston for 6 years, and the humidity was unbearable. I used to have a screenshot of my phone that said the temperature outside was 85 degrees, but the humidity was so high that the real feel was 114 degrees. That's how humid it was and it gets. You might be asking, don't you sweat in Arizona? Well, yeah, you do, but Mr. Sweat, meet Mr. Evaporation. In Arizona, the dry heat is like a magical dance between you and the air. When you sweat, it evaporates quickly, cooling you down fast. It's like having your own personal cooling system. Unlike humid places where the sweat tends to stick to you, making it even hotter, the dry air is much more like a hair dryer blowing on you. And you wouldn't use a hair dryer or blow dryer with a mister attached to it, right? Conversely, the humidity is like a microwave, heating you up from the inside out, and you start instantly profusely sweating. In my opinion, the absolute worst part of Phoenix isn't the heat alone, it's the prolonged heat. The first couple of months aren't bad. Really, I will find myself standing outside in the shade when it's 100, 105, and it's not bad at all, bordering on enjoyable. Well, it's the second half of the summer that hits when you're wishing that someone would finally turn the oven off. So what's the answer? If you're able to get out of town a couple weekends of the year, take a two-hour drive up to Flagstaff or Pine, spend the weekend in 80-degree weather, take the gondola ride up to the top of the San Francisco peaks, but don't forget your sweatshirt because it gets very cold up there. Or you could spend time at the pool. And if you don't have a pool, many of the resorts offer day passes to the locals. My personal favorite is the Westin in Kierland or the JW Marriott at Desert Ridge. Both have fantastic lazy rivers, and having lunch poolside is a great afternoon snack. San Diego is also a very short drive away, and Phoenix is a major hub when it comes to the airline industry, and it's an easy flight to many destinations for some reprieve. You know, the heat brings people together. When it's warm outside, folks tend to gather indoors and enjoy indoor activities, much like our cold and rainy counterparts in the winter. In the end, Phoenix isn't a one temperature wonderland, it's just like a flavorful buffet. It serves up a variety of seasons. Winters are mild, springs are lovely, fall is cozy. So the heat isn't the only star when it comes to Phoenix weather show. But let's look at the sunny side. With mostly sunny days, almost every day, Phoenix is a paradise for outdoor lovers. From exploring the mountains to splashing the pools, the heat opens the doors to some awesome adventures. It's like having an eternal summer vacation. And here's the secret. Many snowbirds flock to Phoenix during the colder months. They trade the snow for sun because winter warmth is like a magical escape. So while the summers are hot, fall and winter and spring are the perfect time, the perfect season, the perfect temperature. So not so scary after all, right? Now let's put it all together. If the worst thing about Phoenix is the heat, consider this. It's a dry heat that keeps you cooler, and it comes with a whole buffet of seasons, and it fosters unforgettable adventures and friendships. So the next time you hear someone say, Phoenix, wow, it's too hot, you can smile and say, well, it's a special kind of hot, and I've got it under control. Before you go on more heat exploring quests, give that like button a high five and hit subscribe for more mind expanding stories. And as they say in Phoenix, stay cool, stay curious, and embrace the desert heat.